What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Bronco build. As you can see, well, we're up in the air again. That's nothing new. We're gonna end up starting to tackle the rear brake job, which honestly probably didn't. I mean, they probably could have gotten by, but as if you guys have been watching this channel for a long time, you know that this truck sat for, well, an extremely long time, like 10 years, whoever. I don't remember exactly how long. It was a long time though. And I just figure, you know, I might as well just do all new brakes, front and rear, whatever else. So I got all the stuff for the back. I still got to find the stuff for the front. Some stuff's not in stock in the parts store. I was at the parts store this morning. I was going to get it all, but they were just taking absolutely forever. So I just said, screw it. I ended up getting what I went there to get, which was all new, you know, steering and everything like that. I cannot get this goddamn pitman arm nut off. I disconnected the rest of it because all the boots were all ripped and everything like that. So I disconnected all of that yesterday. I'm gonna try to get this pitman arm off. That nut will not come off, so I soaked it in PB Blaster. I've got the torch and whatever else. I'm gonna try to get that off today. I have the new drop pitman arm that came with the lift kit to put on. Then I've got all new steering, you know, new drag link, new tie rod ends, new whatever the hell else. Here's the old stuff right here. There's the old one of those and the old one of these. So, yeah. Let's see. So that's what we're doing with that. The wheels, I polished the wheels up the other day. They look real nice. So since the last little episode video that we, hopefully this wind isn't too bad. It's kind of a little windy, as you can see by the flag there. Let's see, I put the interior all back in. All right, so remember last time we were doing a little, you know, showing you guys it was all infested again, whatnot. That's all done. You can see the little holes in the seat and whatnot. Interior is all back in, except for these little guards that go right here. But that's just, you know, a couple of screws. So interior is all back in. It's pretty nice, you know. I got to put the, I'm pretty sure this does not work. I need to fix this. So I'm not putting that in yet until that's all fixed and whatnot. But the back seat's in, front seats are in. I fixed this thing. This thing was all floppy, but now it's nice and solid. And we also haven't had any more infestations, you know, any more mice. You can see no mice in any of these traps. So yeah, that's what we were doing last video. We were getting all the mice out of here. There's my little pieces there for the doors there. Right there. Anyway, that's a little update on that. Interior is all back in. So, you know, just one little thing before we get started here. This cap, all right, or the soft top, it would be really nice if they had a third rung or a third bar. And I know that right there is disconnected. Somehow that popped out. There's supposed to be a pin in that. It'd be nice if they had a third bar in the center there, because it was raining real hard the other day and it was like weighing down a lot. So I'm gonna have to figure something out so that the rain doesn't, you know, weigh the top down and cave it in or whatever. But that's what we've got. So I think first we're just gonna kind of mock up all the front suspension stuff and then move to doing the rear brakes. You know what's funny too? When I did the lift kit, I noticed this the other day. I freaking didn't put a washer on that one, and I'm pretty sure I Loctited that. So yeah, that ain't never coming off. So, or a thread locker, or whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna do that. I've got a whole bunch of other shit too. I've got all new U-joints. I got some manual locking hubs. We're not gonna do that stuff today, but I did end up getting that. I got some worn manual locking hubs because I'd assume, you know, those don't work anymore because of, you know, all the wiring problems and stuff, and I don't want to have to rewire them. I'd rather just have, like on the orange truck, you know, you just turn the little locking thing and then you're set to go. So that's kind of the where we're at now. So I'm gonna get my new steering parts, mock all that up, see if we can get this thing to steer, and yeah, that's kind of a long intro, but that's what we're doing. And right, it's not exactly that simple because I need to get that pitman arm first. So I'm gonna get that pitman arm off first. So guess that's what I'm gonna do now. I've been dreading this day, and it's been proving to be a pain in the ass. So I might end up cutting it off. We'll see. Yeah, well, that nut's not coming off. You can see I took a breaker bar and a jack handle and whatever else. I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't feel like coming off. So I'm going to put my stuff away real quick. I'm going to go buy an air compressor. All right, I had one, but, well, my dad ended up taking it, and now it's someone else's house. And it was a really old air compressor anyway. And you know what? I bought this little Pitman arm thing. I figure I could use it for stuff, even, you know, if it didn't fit this truck, which obviously doesn't fit this truck. It was just a cheapo little, you know, Pitman arm puller, which I'm sure, like I just said, I'll probably find some other use for it in the future as well. I'm dropping all my stuff, but I just don't want any of it rolling away because it's a little bit windy. So, yeah, we're gonna go buy an air compressor, and then I'll finally have an air compressor to do stuff with, which will be nice. $71,687. That's what we got down there. $71,687. All right. Well, let's see if this thing has any balls. Oh, unlike me. I don't know if this thing will do it, but I got, well, the biggest air compressor that Harbor Freight had in stock. So, we will have to see. Well, it says it can use impact wrenches. On the website, it said it was only really good for little staplers and nail guns, but right here on the box, it says impact wrenches. So, it goes 135 max PSI, 1.6 horsepower, 20 gallons. Oh, 20, I thought it was a 10 gallon. I was looking at a different one. 20 gallons. This should be fine. This should do what I need it to do then. For whatever reason, I thought it was a 10 gallon for a second there. Yeah, this should work fine. This should work fine. Hi, duckies. Hello. Wah, wah. Come on, let's go play. So now I've got to let this thing break itself in. I got to wait half an hour and just let it run. So I think while we're doing that, we can start doing the back brakes and stuff. I really want to do that front suspension stuff today. Hopefully this can get that stupid nut off because, yeah, I couldn't, but hopefully that was actually, I gotta go find my impact. That's one thing I gotta do. I knew I was forgetting something when I was at the auto parts store. I meant to get some of these little, actually, well, you know, they don't really matter. I got all new brake lines for this thing, which we're really not going to do because the truck doesn't run yet, so we're going to have to, you know, we're going to have to do them all at the same time, really, because, yeah, we're not gonna be able to bleed these until we, you know, we're going to get them all in and get the fronts done, and then we'll bleed them all and after we put the new lines in. But they do have these little tools to take the old lines off, which, you know, you can just use a wrench or whatnot. These are actually, see how rusted that is? It's just gonna, you know, snap and break right off anyway. But I gotta get the wheel cylinder out. Everything else comes out. It's 2 springs. You take off 2 springs. You got a spring on the top, you got 2 springs on the top, and then your e-brake little doohickey thing here. And then it all just kind of falls apart and comes out. And you gotta disconnect the e-brake. And that's all it is to drum brakes. You got the wheel cylinder and you got all this bullshit that comes out when you start taking springs off. So yeah, it's really pretty easy. But I gotta get this wheel cylinder out now, and I got all new, you see I got the new thing for the e-brake there, that's not the e-brake, that's the self-adjuster, not the e-brake. Another one of the self-adjuster things. I don't need that right now, I didn't mean to bring that outside. I got all the new springs and everything for both sides. I got new wheel cylinders, I'll show you that one. Made in China, is that what it says? Yep, made in China. Hard to find anything made in the United States anymore, you know? So, well, it's not hard to, but it's so much more expensive. Like, the difference between the Moog steering components and stuff, I think earlier I called them suspension components, but the Moog steering components, they're like $67 per piece. And the, like, knockoff kind of ones are only like 30 or something. They're like half the price. So there's a new wheel cylinder, and then we got a new drum as well. So yeah, get out of there. There's the old one. As you can see, you know, I just broke the brake line there, but there is the old one. Let's see, looks like this is in pretty good shape. Thankfully it's not all rusted. You know, if this was a really freaking big old rust hole, that wouldn't have been too fun. Now we got to clean this all up before we put the new stuff back in. That should be fun. And the compressor is done priming, or whatever the hell it has to do, warming up, breaking in, so we should be able to use that. That actually looks like a really nice little compressor. I paid 200 bucks for that, I think. It looks like it's a, I don't know, pretty decent little compressor, I guess. I didn't really expect much for 200 bucks. The other ones that they had for like 200 bucks, this one was 200, and then if I got one that was like any cheaper than that, then it was like a little 1 pound one for like little, just for nail guns and stuff, you know. They didn't have really any tank capacity at all, but that one's probably better. I'm pretty sure that one's better than the one I was using last year, if you guys remember that. That thing was kind of dangerous. So there's a bunch of little contact patches, all right, where your, you know, where your brake shoes here, where they ride on, all right, like right here and right here and right here and whatnot. So you got to make sure that those and are all nice and smooth, which you can see mine are not. Mine are rusty and corroded and all gross. There's a spider down there. Hold on, let me just give him a quick spray. There's a spider web in there. Ah! Just got myself in the face. Spider web in there too. I should probably clean that out. But I gotta spray or brush these down. Got them to get them nice and smooth with the brush here, and then put some anti-seize stuff on there, which is right here. Oh, it's a big one. Got some of this stuff, brake caliper grease. So I put some of that on there. Not a lot, you know, just enough, but helps it slide, you know, nice and lubricated. You don't want to get this on your freaking shoes themselves though, or in here, because then your brakes aren't going to work and you're going to slide and hit a tree and die. So don't do that. Mine were really bad over here. Like, I didn't show you guys. Oh, I could probably show you on the other side, but they were just completely all uneven and all messed up and whatever else. So I just took the little grinder there real quick just to make it easier, and just, you know, ground it down a little bit instead of just sitting there for 10 years with the wire brush. So now I think we're ready to go back together. And I ended up, you guys saw, I just cleaned that out, got whatever the hell they put in there to make it so it doesn't rust when it's in shipping, or, you know, sitting on the shelf or whatever. So all right, putting it back together. Fun stuff. I'm not going to show it all because it's a pain in the ass. This thingy goes here, and then put all your things back on the same way you took them off. This isn't really a tutorial video, but yeah, it's really, you know, kind of a pain in the ass. So they make tools to get these springs back on. My dad thinks he has some. I've been trying to use screwdrivers and it's not really going too well. So we'll see if he can find that tool. Put it back on, but just for reference, you know. That's how the other one goes. Obviously, if you have one of these trucks, then you already know that, but I don't know. See if we can get this one together today at least, and then I can do the other one do the other one tomorrow or a different day or something like that, because, well, I had to spend the whole morning running around buying air compressors and whatnot. That works. So there we go. $200 well spent. And now I just gotta find where that nut went. I'm gonna show you guys what those brakes look like when they're done. I ended up finishing it. Actually, I'll show you now. I was gonna look for that. I gotta find that nut because it just went flying off, and I'm gonna need to reuse that. Now I'm gonna pull that pitman arm off, and then we can do all the front suspension steering stuff. So it's really good. It's a good thing I just found. I couldn't fit the you know, impact in there with this, so I ended up finding my swivel that I've been looking for a very long time. And oh, there's the nut. Woohoo! There we go. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a tip and a trick when it comes to getting these on, right? Or not that specifically, but this here. Okay. So this is how it looks like. You got your red spring. If you buy, you know, one of the kits, they're the Weaver kits, all right? This is, you know, color coded. First you put on your tensioner thing for your little tensioner down here, all right? And then you put on your purple spring, which goes through the hole right here in the tensioner swivel, and whatever the hell this is called, where the tensioner thing rides on. And then that goes on first. And then you have your red one goes on third. All right. You can see your e-brake thing behind there. Your blue spring is down here, which goes right into here. And I was watching a video trying to figure out exactly how all this went back together. See like what the easiest way to do was it. And one thing that I want to point out, some drum brake kits, they'll have a pin that'll make it so you can like clip this on to the shoe here. So you don't have to like set it all up and have it be like falling all over the place. These 93 Broncos do not have the little pin to hold this in place, so it just falls all over the place. But anyway, a little trick to get this blue spring on. All right, you're gonna want to clip it into here first, okay, and then take a screwdriver and jam it through that hole instead of trying to put it onto here and then stretch it and get it onto here, because like I was saying, everything just falls over and just falls all over the floor. So hook it into there first, bring it over and take a screwdriver and jam it through here, because it doesn't clip on like the other ones do, like this. It just kind of jams through. So you just do that with it. There you go. Brakes are done. Like I said, we're not going to do bleeding them or anything like that because, well, I still got to do the other side. And the sun's going down. And I still need to do all the new brake lines as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today. That is, well, kind of how to do your brakes on your Bronco. At least that was me trying to do mine. So I got one of them done with some help, a little bit of help too. A little bit of much needed help that I wouldn't have been able to get it done if I didn't have it. So that was appreciated. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, or maybe you just liked watching me struggle, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We are gonna do the front steering, and probably, well, we'll just do the front steering because Lord only knows that I'll get the front steering done. I'll have to go buy something else, and then it'll take me all day to do just that one thing. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching.